Good morning, guys. It's time for a celebration and a perfect cup of coffee. That's also one of my prompts, so join me for a wonderful cup of coffee and let's see what I come up with to do in my journal. I think you already know by now the prompt I'm going to do. That is a photo of your perfect cup of tea or coffee. And I made that photo already. Show it to you here. And first I'm going to enjoy my coffee and enjoy the view outside. As you could see on the first bit of this video, the sun is out and I just love watching outside and letting my mind go a little bit and enjoy the coffee. So that's what I'm first going to do. I am trying to be mindful drinking my coffee and at the same time well aware that my video is on, so that makes it a bit awkward. But at the same time, this is a bit of mindfulness training that I did a while ago, and it's all about really enjoying what you're doing in the moment that you're doing this. And it does help for me to be mindful, and I come up with creative ideas, and that's why being mindful is very helpful to me. So these are the photos that I printed. They're rather dark. I set my phone to portrait. I like this, but you can do whatever you want to do, of course. These I printed on my sprocket. Do I recommend a sprocket? No, don't get a sprocket, but I have had it for 2 years now and I am using it. And if you have a sprocket, of course, it's nice to print these photos. And if you've got photo paper for your copy machine, I mean, this was printed on also on photo paper, matte photo paper, the really thin kind. But if you've got glossy photo paper, you could obviously do this on your printer as well. I am following a lady on YouTube. She is called Becky Cao. She is from Canada, and she is a wonderful artist. She draws daily things into a journal, and that's where I got the inspiration from to turn this into a drawing and a painting. Now what she does is she draws this from real life. I can do that. I'm showing you a couple of photos right now. But I know that a lot of you, and also me sometimes, I don't feel confident enough to do this straight away into my journal. I just don't have the confidence to do that. But what I could do, I mean, I am keeping these, and these are going to be incorporated in my journal. But what I'm going to do, because I want a page like this, to put this on. Now let me cut this out. So I want something like this on this journal page, and then perhaps put this on some coffee dyed paper, and I can journal about my experience of my celebrating cup of coffee this morning. And by the way, this was marzipan in dark chocolate. It's one of my favorite treats this time of year. Yeah, now I've got this out. I think this is already beautiful, but now I want to make a drawing of it. And for that, I need to do another print and show you some more. I also need to sharpen a pencil for the next thing that I'm going to do. And I just wanted to take you along in some footage of what I do when I turn off the camera normally and what I get out, where I get my things from. And this lovely ledger I found in Denmark, and it was like winning the jackpot, and I was screaming and dancing in that thrift store. People were looking at me like, oh my god, there's a girl gone crazy. But yeah, I think if you are like me and you find these things, you understand. So I'm back at my desk, and I will prepare the paper so I can show you top down in the next bit of what I'm doing. I am a lucky lady that I have found this treasure, but yeah, I'm sure you will one day too. The last thing I do before I switch off to my iPad camera is trying the photo on this paper and seeing what is the best paper to use. So what you just saw me do right there, well, I explained it already in the voiceover, but I am auditioning, looking for papers that I want this to be on. And let me see if you can see it right. Yeah. But to turn this into a drawing, am I taking the right one? Yes. You need a soft pencil, like I'm using a 4B right here. You could also use a 2B, but don't use an HB or something that begins with or ends on H, because you need a soft pencil. What I'm going to do now is just on the back, like you did when you were a kid. And well, I've got a few papers, so if I mess it up, I can do this again, right? And now I'm going to trace. Let me see where I want it. Yeah, I want it there. I'm going to trace this cup of coffee. And perhaps you can hear it. I'm putting down my pencil really heavily. So, can you see it? There is already a little mark on there. And now it is really faint, but my cup of coffee is on here. And what I forgot to do was turn the rim into a little bit of a wider thing. But now that the beginning is on here, I can just draw what I see. Some polka dots. And there is a shadow here, but I'm going to do that with paint. I'm going to take my markers out. Let me see, yeah. And draw this again, but then with a marker. And now I'm also placing in the little bubbles in my milk. Not doing exactly what is there because that is impossible, but yeah, more or less drawing in what I see. And then drawing this granny chic plate that it is on. I got this at the thrift store. They are so cheap, these, yeah, silvery. I don't think they're really silver. I think they're just some, yeah, cheap metal. But yeah, nobody wants them. So I can get them for like €1, €2. And I love them. I think I love all granny chic things. So I have everything on there that I want, and now I'm going to take my paint out and I'm going to watercolor this in. And don't worry if you don't have original old ephemera, because there's loads and loads of digitals out here on the internet, and some of my friends have them, and I will link their YouTube down below so you can watch what they make as digitals. And you could also use a digital for this because I'm not going to use too much water. So I'm sure you could do this on a digital as well. I see I've missed something, and that is the polka dots on here. I now take the real thing to see if I can mix up a color that matches this plate. I don't want it to be perfect, but I want it to be kind of similar. I think I like this. So I'm first just putting down the color that I need, and after that I will do the shadows. That's all the green that is needed in here. And now for the blue. These, by the way, are Van Gogh watercolors, and these are by Studio Creative Clouds. This just comes from my craft store, and these I bought with a lovely lady on Instagram. I will link her down below as well. And I just know that her turquoise is so beautiful. So I'm going to mix a little bit in here and take the sharpness of this blue off. Oh yes, I love this. The colors are bleeding into each other a little bit, but I don't mind. I don't need this to be perfect. I just want to have fun doing this. Oh, and I'm forgetting the polka dots. I can bring that back with some white gel pen later. So do what Maud does and make mistakes. Because I didn't put the polka dots on there with pen, that's why I forgot it. So I can go back in with some white gel pen or white acrylic ink and adjust that. And now for the milk, what will I do? And also that rim is white but has a little bit of gold on there. Let me first do the chocolates. Just need a little bit of paint. And the marzipan inside the chocolate is also a little bit grayish white. Let's make that an even thinner layer. And let's also use that for the darker spots in the milk. And now the bottom side of the coffee is orange with red, but it doesn't show on the photo and I'm not liking it too much. So I'm mixing in some forest fire red with blue, so it is kind of a purplish red because it is in the shadow anyway. So I'm loving this like this. And now I want a bit of bluish gray to make the plate. And this color, I named it myself. I'm not sure what Cindy is going to call it yet. But it is kind of like a, what do you call that color? Well, I'll put it up there, what that color is called. It resembles that a lot to me. Payne's Gray, that's the color. Oh. And I'm going to give this a light coat. You can hear the church bells. It is, well, there's something happening in the church because it's not 12 o'clock yet, and normally they ring the bells at 12. So this is my first layer. I'm going to let this dry completely. Oh, and I see I need to do a little bit of red on my spoon also. And by the way, this is an old spoon of my son from when he was a baby. So this is my first layer. I'm going to have to let this dry completely, and then I'll show you what I'm doing next. So the paint has dried enough for me to start doing the polka dots in white again. And I did put a layer of white pencil underneath just to see if that was enough, but it wasn't. So now the polka dots are white again. And I'm going to let the gel pen dry and then I'll be back. So off camera, I played around with doing some branches around this beautiful cup of coffee. And I have also hung in there some fairy lights and some bunting, because I am celebrating the fact that there are more than 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Oh, this happened overnight. So this morning I woke up and it was more than 3,000. I can't believe it. Really. I can't shout. I just go quiet. Thank you so much for being here with me on YouTube. I'm going to paint this in and I'm going to do the shadows. I'm going to do this off camera because otherwise this video is getting way too long, and if you want to see an expert, I'll link Becky down below because she can tell you so many things that I am still learning about. And well, you saw me do the mistakes. You know that I can do something, but I'm also just a beginner, just like you. So do give this a try also. I will show you the end result later. So this is the end result of my trying to paint my perfect cup of coffee, and as a thank you for 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. I was blown away. It happened overnight. I woke up this morning and there were even a little bit more than 3,000, and as a thank you, I will have this in my shop for free starting now for 2 weeks. The prompt list and the letter will stay free for a little bit longer, but this one will be available for 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you all, and I want to say a big thank you for all your support in doing this prompt list, because it is so beautiful what you guys are doing. In the meantime, I have received a couple of new letters that I will be showing to you in the next video, and I hope you join me again then. So give this video a like if you like this video and if you want to support my channel. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. So I hope to see you again really, really soon. Bye bye for now.